Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Game 6 of the World Series that wasn't. I'm conducting a 1994 replay of the Montreal Expos season. It's card and dice advanced, and we've made it to the sixth game of the World Series. The Expos got here by going through the Dodgers. They swept the Dodgers in three in the divisional series. Should say they won 109 regular season games as well, so quite a season. They then bested the Astros 4-2 in the National League Championship Series. The Sox were the wild card in the American League. They won their first series against the Yankees 3-2 in the 5-game divisional series. Then they took on the Cleveland Indians and beat the Cleveland Indians in 4-1. Real offensive output in that 5-game series for the White Sox. So they came to the series, took the first game of the series in Montreal, 9-1. Behind Jack McDowell. They then lost the next three games, games 2, 3, and 4. Both games 3 and 4 back in Chicago. Game 5, which was played yesterday, the Expos entered the bottom of the 8th with a 2-0 lead. Both pitchers that had started the game, Jack McDowell and Butch Henry, had thrown shutout innings through 7. In the 8th, the Expos got a couple runs across. McDowell was out of the game. De Leon came in relief. And in the bottom of the 8th, Henry stayed in, though he'd reached his point of weakness. First batter, Frank Thomas, hit a home run. Henry came out. The reliever then was Jeff Shaw, who got the next man, Franco, on a bounce out. Then then a home run by Robin Ventura sent him to the showers. He was taken out, and Kirk Reuter came on with the left-handed batters coming up. He surrendered a single to Azigian, and then Ron Karkovice parked a 2-run homer. So 3 home runs in the bottom of the 8th for the Sox have forced a Game 6. We've moved to Montreal. Everybody's nice and rested because we had a travel day. And without further ado, let's introduce the starting lineups. The Sox will send to the plate this afternoon. Joey Cora will lead off and play second base. Excuse me. Lance Johnson will play center field, bat second. Third batter will be Frank Thomas. He's playing first base. Robin Ventura is batting cleanup. Because it's in the National League Stadium, there's no DH, and which fourth place would typically be held by Julio Franco, but Franco is on the bench. Ventura is the cleanup hitter. Mike Lavalier is the catcher, batting fifth. Azigian, the shortstop, batting sixth. And I have a defensive replacement or offensive replacement here as well. Norberto Martin is going to take over in left field. In this past game, the gentleman that had taken over for Darren Jackson, who was injured in the American League Championship Series, was out of the game. And then Tim Raines was injured in this last game, starting left fielder for the Sox. So now they are a team without a left fielder, and that has pressed Norberto Martin into the lineup. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Warren Newsom. He's also in the lineup due to that injury to Jackson. So both Darren Jackson and Tim Raines are injured by the Cleveland Indians, on the Chicago White Sox, and they'll not be seeing action for the rest of the series. The opposing pitcher for Chicago, the starting pitcher for the Expos, is Pedro Martinez. Pedro has had a rough regular season. He was a .500 pitcher. It was 11-11. ERA was north of 4.5. He actually lost the starting job toward the end of the season. Gil Heredia and Kirk Reuter took his spot on alternate, depending upon the opposing team's abilities against left or right-hand pitching. Pedro did go to the bullpen. He won a game there and saved 2. It was very effective, actually, coming out of the bullpen. He made a critical start in that championship series against the Astros, Game 5, shut down the Astros until he weakened in the ninth inning. And he's also won a game here in the World Series. Game 3 was his. So Pedro's on the mound for the Expos. We'll go over the Montreal lineup now. The pitcher for the Sox is Wilson Alvarez, a lefty. And the lineup that the Expos will send to the plate today consists of Marquise Grissom, center fielder, batting first. Sean Berry, third baseman, batting second. Larry Walker is having a heck of a series. He's tearing it up. Is playing right field, batting third. Moises Alou, left fielder, cleanup. Will Correro will hold on the fifth spot, play short. Lenny Webster is in at the catcher. We have a left-handed pitcher going, so Webster is platooned with Darren Fletcher. Fletcher's having a great series as well, but he's setting today against the lefty. Cliff Floyd will play first base and bat seventh. Eighth batter is Mike Lansing. He has just one hit in the series, playing well defensively, but he's in there for his glove, and hopefully he has a little better day-to-day at the plate. And Pedro Martinez, the pitcher, will bat ninth. So let's get underway. First batter for the Sox, leading off Game 6, is Joey Cora. Roll is 5-7, which is a bounce to second on Pedro's card. We'll see how well Lansing's glove is today. He's got it. Little dribbler out his way. Over to Floyd, and there's one away. Lance Johnson, the batter. Johnson's had a decent series. He's cooled off these last couple of games. Let's see how he does today. 5-4 is the roll, which is a fly ball center field X on Pedro's card. Center fielder's Grissom, who's a 1. 12 puts him in his X range, which is he's an 8 out there. And the roll is a snake eyes or 2, so that now becomes a red die roll of 1 through 2 is a 3-base error. Fly ball A, 3 through 6. The roll is a 4, so back to the wall leaping catch made by Marquise Grissom going away from the plate, and there are 2 down. Circus catch out there by Grissom on that long fly ball from Johnson's bat. Frank Thomas, who got that winning rally started in Game 5 in the bottom of the 8th. He had a leadoff homer off Butch Henry in that game. Is at the plate. Roll is 6-8, which on Pedro's card is a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for the Sox. Pedro has a relatively easy first inning. Oddly enough, in the replay, the first inning was not very kind for Pedro. Several times he had difficulty getting out of the first and second inning, as though the paper Pedro is not well prepared and perhaps a little tired and not able to get into a groove. But we'll see how paper Pedro does today. Leading off for the Montreal Expos, Marquise Grissom just made that wonderful catch out in center field there to haul in Johnson's drive. 5-9 is the roll, which is a called strike 3 on Alvarez's card. Local rule, if it's point of weakness strikeout and the pitcher has not reached his point of weakness, then I indicate those to be a called strike 3. Sean Berry, the batter. I moved him up to second in the lineup. He's got a good batting average and good power against left-handed hitters. I wanted to get him some at-bats at the top of the lineup. Also an ace stealer, so a nice guy to have in your second slot here. 1-9 is the roll. Soft fly ball to right. Newsom Camps catches. There's 2 down. 2 down for the Expos. Third batter, Larry Walker. Walker's hitting around 450. Slammed a couple of homers in the series. See how he does today, lefty against his lefty. 2-9 is the roll, which is a strikeout on the hitting card for Larry Walker. So Alvarez strikes out 2 in the first inning. Has a 1-2-3 relatively easy inning. And we go to the top of the second with no score. Robin Ventura will lead off for the Pale Hose, Southsiders, the White Sox. This game's being played in Stade Olympique. It's packed to the gills. It's loud and obnoxious. You got the boozavoo, or whatever it's called, the soccer noisemakers going. It's a carnival atmosphere today, so they're hoping to see their Expos bring home a world championship. And Sox hope to stop them. Ventura also homered in that 8th inning. 4-6 is the roll, which on Pedro's card is a double 1-6 fly ball or SLOA. It's an 8 for the split, so another running catch by Grissom in left field keeps the Sox off the base paths. There's one out. Mike Lavalier is the batter. 2-8 is the roll, lefty versus lefty. Hot shot to short. Cordero has it. Over to hit, or Floyd. 2 are out. 2 up, 2 down. Ozzie Guillen the batter. Righty versus lefty. 3-3 is the roll, which is a chopper to first. Floyd has it, flips it to Pedro covering. Side retires. There are no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Score at the end of 1.5. Make that 2 innings. Oh, that's 1.5. There's no score. Moises Alou will lead off bottom of the 2nd. Lou's cooled off too. He's had a rough couple of last games here. Let's see if he can pick up the pace today. He had a great regular season, hitting 40 homers, 130 RBIs. 5-11 is the roll, which is fly ball right field X. The right fielder is Newsom, who is a 4. The split is a 20, which, yeah, that's a fly ball B. So deep fly ball to right, but Newsom got back there and made the catch. In the corner near the foul line, and there's one away. Will Cordero will bat. He had a great season against lefties too. Let's see how things go today for him. Ground ball to third. Ventura is the 2. 8 is the split. Ventura is also a 28. 28-7. That's an error. Robin tried to throw it before he got it. E6 puts Cordero on first. Alvarez has a great move. He's a -5 as far as throwing. Lavalier is actually a +1, so it's a -4 from the stealing possibilities. Cordero's a B stealer, which would make him a 1-9 chance, reduced from 1-13. So he's staying put. Webster the batter. 1-7 is the roll, which is a single 1-17, but the split is a 20. So it's a ground ball B to second base. So force at short or second base, flips to the shortstop Guillen. There are 2 down. Man on first. Webster's not a speed demon over there. He's a 1-9 chance to run. E stealer. Cliff Floyd, lefty versus lefty. Floyd had decent average against lefties. We'll see how he fares today against Alvarez. Bounce to short. 6-5 is the roll. 16-2 at shortstop is just that, a bounce to short. He flipped that, then to Cora to get the force at second, and the side retires. No runs, no hits. There was the error, and they left a man. 2 complete. Still no score. To the top of the 3rd we go. And Norberto Martin will make his first start today. He's pinch hit a couple of times in the series. He's 1 for 2. Pedro working quickly. 6-6 is the roll, which is a double 1-7. Fly ball the rest of the way. The split is a 10. So again, Grissom chases one down out there. They're getting good wood on it, but hitting it where they are instead of where they ain't. And Grissom makes the catch out in center field. That's 1 down. Warren Newsom, the left-handed batter, at the plate. 6-8 is the roll, which is a strikeout on Pedro's card. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Pedro. And Wilson Alvarez, who didn't bat throughout the year, being a American League pitcher, now stands at the plate. He was 0 for 3, I believe, in his first game. 1-2 is the roll, which is a line out into as many outs as possible. Luckily not an injury to him. That would be problematic for the Sox. And again, a 1-2-3 inning for Pedro. Bottom of the third, Mike Lansing, the batter. As I said, Lansing's had just one hit in the series. He has started every game. Roll is a 1-5, which is a bounce to the pitcher. Hits it right back to Alvarez on one hop. Fires it over to Toms. One away. Pedro, the batter, he's a 1 hitter, so not a very good hitter. Let's see how he fares today against Olson Alvarez. 4-5 is the roll, which is a strikeout on Alvarez's card. 3 pitches, and Pedro grabs some pine. 2 down, nobody on. Marquise Grissom, the batter. Got a little bit of a pitcher's duel going today. Only base runner has been an error by Ventura. Actually, put that against the shortstop. That was against Ventura. A little corrective motion here, or action. Make sure the stats are right. Put the error on who is the error maker. 3-6 is the roll, which is a ground ball to third. Ventura's got it. Cross the diamond to Thomas, and the side retires. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Score at the end of 3 complete now is no score. Top of the fourth we go. Joey Cora will lead off for the Sox. Pedro's finished his warm-up pitches. I'm going to run to the concession stand and get a drink. Right back. On to the 4th inning. Cora's a switch hitter, batting left against the righty. 1-6 is the roll, which is a walk on Cora's card. He is a B stealer, which is a 1-13 chance of second base. Martinez has a -1 move, and the catcher, Webster, has a +1. I'm going to put a play on. Lance Johnson's actually going to hit and run here. Roll is 6. He's a B with the runner being held. That's a ground ball to second base, but the runner advances. So they sacrifice an out to get Cora to second base. Thomas is the batter, and they're going to pitch around Thomas. They'd rather he beat them with his legs than his bat. Puts pressure on Ventura and Lavalier. Ventura, the batter, lefty versus righty, 1 out, 2 on. The roll is a 6-8, which on the left-handed side of Pedro's card is a strikeout. So the strategy works thus far. We're now 2 down, 2 on. Pedro is able to strike out Ventura. Mike Lavalier will bat. The roll is a 2-9, which is a bounce to short. Cordero flips to Lansing. They force Thomas at second base. And the side retires. There were no runs. There were no hits. There were no errors. They left 2 on base. And at the end of 3.5, we're still no score. Good 6th game going here. Both pitchers are throwing well of the game. Batters are stymied a bit. Alvarez will come on in the 4th. He'll face the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th hitters of the Expos lineup, Berry, Walker, and Alou. Pitch to Sean Berry. 4-9 is the result. It was a single 1 through 8. The split is a 13, so that's a line out to the shortstop. You got some decent wood on it. Kind of a looping line drive, but Guillen pulled that one down, and there's 1 out. Larry Walker to the batter. 4-10 is the roll, which is a fly ball center field X. Both center fielders are 1s as far as their ability to catch the ball. 6 is the split. A deep fly to center, but chased down by Johnson, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Fairly quick inning for Alvarez. Moises Alou will bat. 0 for 1, flew out to right, deep to right, last time up. 5-5 is the result, which is a home run N, 1 through 6, fly ball the rest of the way. The split is a 10, so he hits a fly ball that backs the new left fielder Norberto Martin right to the wall, but he pulls it down and the side retires. Long out for Mr. Alou. Almost made his dad very proud there now, didn't he? Score at the end of 4. Still no score. Pedro will face Guillen, Martin, and Newsom here in the 5th. Ozzie Guillen, left-handed batter. 6-7 is the roll, which is a strike 3 called on Pedro's card. 1 out. Threw a changeup that Ozzie couldn't pull the trigger on. Norberto Martin, the batter. Right-hander versus right-hander. 4-10 is the roll, which is a catch X. The catcher is a 3 and a error or E rating of 2, which is with a 9 split, it does go to 2. And the roll is 2. Snake eyes once again, so it's an error 1 through 2 and a pop out 5 through 6. So he's lost the mask. He's out in front of the plate. The ball's coming down to his glove, and he drops it. 2 is the roll. So an error on the catcher puts Norberto Martin on the bases. Decent runner, 1 to 16 chance on the bases as far as his ability to take the extra base. He's a C stealer. They elect not to put a play on with Newsom coming up. The roll is a 3-8, which is a single 2 stars on Newsom's card. So 1st and 3rd now with 1 out. Sox are threatening. That's the first hit for the White Sox. Wilson Alvarez is a C bunter. We're going to elect not to try the squeeze. I'm going to have him swinging away. We have the middle back and the infield in as the defensive alignment for the Expos. The pitch is a 3-5, which is a bounce to short. Flip to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Martin will sky by the pitcher. And there are now 2 down. Nobody on. Or excuse me, Alvarez is on. We had 1st and 3rd. Forced at second. Didn't get the double play. Alvarez beat out the throw. So man on 1st and 2 down. Cora batting left-handed. 6-9 is the roll, which is a strikeout on Pedro's card. So the defensive alignment with middle back doesn't work. They did not get the double play that they were looking for. And the Sox push across the run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score is now 1-0 White Sox. Home team coming to bat. They'll send Cordero, Webster, and Floyd against Alvarez. Will Cordero's hitting a solid 200 for the series. Not anything spectacular. 4-8 is the roll, which is a fly ball center field B. Got good wood on it. Johnson's got a lot of room out there, and he puts it away. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th. Lenny Webster will bat. Right-handed hitting catcher. 3-9 is the roll, which is a double 1 through 4. The split is a 2, so he has doubled with 1 out here in the 5th. Again, not a great runner. 1 through 9 is taking an extra base rating. The outfield for the Sox is challenged. The quip that they're like the Venus de Mayo of outfielders. Martin in left is a +3. Newsom in right is a +1. And Johnson in center is a +1. Going to need a few more pluses to help Webster get home on a base hit without stars here. Cliff Floyd, the batter, man on second, excuse me. I'm going to move it along and actually walk Floyd because we have Michael Lansing coming up. Lansing struggling, and then the pitcher spot next. So they pitch around Floyd. Lansing the batter. Let's see how he reacts to being walked around. Bounce to 3rd. Ventura goes to second for one, and that's all they'll get. Floyd upended Cora, and the throw to first did not occur. So now runners on first and third with 2 out, and Pedro the batter. Bottom of the 5th. They elect not to pinch hit for him. Martinez swinging away, 3-8. He struck him out. So the Expos threatened but did not score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They left 2 men on base. 8, 4, 2 for the outs, an assist at 5. Double check, make sure I got 15 outs here. I do. To the top of the 6th we go. We got a 1-0 ball game. Sox in the lead. Sox are trying to force a game 7. If a game 7 were to occur, it would be Jeff Facero going for the Expos. Checking that to make sure that's the case. And the Sox would counter with Alex Fernandez. McDowell pitched game 4. Make that game 5. Actually started game 5. So they've won both games that McDowell started. Lance Johnson, the batter. The lefty, let's see, 5-8 is the roll, which is a chopper to second. Lansing has it. Over to Floyd, 1 away. Frank Thomas, the batter. Thomas is 0 for 1, intentionally walked back in the 4th. The roll is a 1-5, and I know where that's going. That was a long fly, deep left field. No doubt about it. Lou doesn't even turn around to look. That one is long gone. Home run for Frank Thomas here in the 6th has put the Sox up 2-0. Thomas homered in yesterday's game 2. That is his 3rd homer of the series. Robin Ventura, the batter. Let's see how Pedro reacts to that ball getting out of here. Pop to short. Over on the left side, both Lansing and Cordero converge. Cordero takes the catch. 2 out. Michael Alvarez, the batter. 1-7 is the roll, which is a solid single to left. Lou gets the ball into second base. That's the 3rd hit for the Sox. 1 is gone for the distance. 2 runs. They have a run in this inning. 2 out, a man on first. Ozagian, the batter. 5-6 is the roll. It was a 5, which is a strikeout. He strikes out Guillen, 2nd time this evening. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left the man. And the score at the end of 5.5 is now 2-0 Sox. Bottom of the 6th we go. Stade Olympique is a little more subdued than it was back in the early innings. Hoping to get a little something to cheer about here. Place is packed. Marquise Grissom is the batter. Have to check something here real quick. I noted that the split was a 1, which we have to then look for a wild pitch, which there was one. So let me do a little cleanup here. So Lavalier actually took second base. Wild pitch by Martinez. And on to the bottom of the 6th we go. Lefty Alvarez. Right-handed batter Grissom. 4-10 is the roll, which is a fly ball center field X. 15 is the split. That's a solid fly out. A little can of corn out there that Johnson came in and ran under. There's 1 away. Sean Berry 0 for 2. Line to short. Blue right. Roll is a 2-6, which is a fly ball center field. Johnson again, a little easier chance this time. So hit right to him. Pockets that one, and there's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Larry Walker back. Strikeout and a fly to center. Long fly to center, as I recall. 4-9. On the pitcher's card is a walk. Respected that bat just a little too much and missed the corner with that 3-2 pitch. Walker's on first. White Lou the batter, dangerous hitter. It's been a little cold of late. Let's see if we can warm things up here for the hometown fans. 2-7 is the roll, which is a fly to center field. Johnson gets all 3 putouts in the inning. There was the walk. And 6 complete. The Sox lead 2-0. On to the top of the 7th we go. Norberto Martin will lead off. Martin was safe on the error by Webster and scored back in the 5th on the bounce out by Alvarez. Righty versus righty. 6-3 is a roll, which is a bounce to short. Cordero Floyd, easy up and down. 1 out. Newsom's hitting north of 300, filling in for Darren Jackson. He's had some pretty good luck. 6-5 is the roll. 1 is the split. 6-5 on Pedro's card is an N home run, 1 through 12. Double the rest of the way. The split is a 1. So Newsom, no doubts, won into the right field bleachers. And the Sox now lead 3-1. That is the first homer of the series for Newsom. He is 2 for 3 today. Wilson Alvarez is now the batter here in the 7th. Going to leave Alvarez in, not pinch hit for him. Bounce to short is the result, a 2-12 roll. Cordero to Floyd once again. There are 2 away. Joey Cora. Cora's 0 for 2 with a walk. Top of the 7th. 1-7 is the roll, which is a walk on Cora's card. That, with the point of weakness for Martinez being inning 6, places Pedro in the point of weakness, and Felipe Alou is going to go out and take the ball from him. Montreal bullpen was up, lefty and righty, the lefty being Kirk Reuter. He surrendered that home run yesterday to Karkovice, which ended up being the winning runs. Lance Johnson, the batter. They're actually going to counter with Tim Scott, the right-hander, who was up. Scott had an interesting regular season. He ended up 10-3 from the bullpen. Just a handful of saves, less than 5. But he was in the right place in the right time a lot, and ended up beneficiary of comeback wins for the Expos. But in the second half of the season, he could not get an out, and he ended up with an ERA of nearly 5. Let's do the Pedro line here. 6 2/3 pitched. Took him until the 5th to give up a hit. He then gave up 4 total. He had the walk to lead off with Cora, an intentional walk in there. 2 walks now to Cora, and an intentional walk. He struck out 5. Make that 6. Didn't hit anybody. There was no double play turned. He gave up 2 home runs in the 28 batters that he faced. He recorded then 20 outs, 28 batters. And with the error, we balance 8 base runners. So Tim Scott comes in to face Lance Johnson. Another run in for the Sox here in the 7th. They now lead 3-0. Roll is 3-6, which is a fly ball left field. Moderate depth. Alou puts it away and the side retires. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. There was the man left. The Sox get another run here in the 7th, as I said, and now lead 3-0. To the bottom of the 7th we go. The stretch is over. The crowd is buzzing from the activity. They want something to cheer about. And Will Cordero is hoping to oblige them here. Sox bullpen is up. Looks like it's Assenmacher and McCaskill from here. Wilson Alvarez has surrendered just that hit to Webster, the double back in the 5th. Blanked the Expos the rest of the way. 5-7 is the roll, which is a called strike 3 on the pitcher's card. Alvarez threw a slider that Cordero misjudged, and it caught the outside corner. 1 away. Lenny Webster, the batter. 5-11 is the roll, which is a fly ball right field X. Right fielder is a 4. 14 is the split. That is a wind-blown base hit. Newsom couldn't come up with that ball and got it on a hop. Webster's on. A pinch run for Webster. Freddie Benavides is going to come in and run for him. Darren Fletcher's finding a glove, so it looks like Fletcher's going to be the new catcher. Benavides will pinch run. Unlike most platoons, these two are almost exactly the same. The difference being the E rating for Fletcher is a 2, and Webster's is a 1. Good day for Webster at the bat, though. He's 2 for 3. Six putouts in the air. Cliff Floyd, the batter. Benavides getting the short lead over at first. Fastball to Floyd is popped in the air to the right side. Coro back on the outfield grass will put that one away, and there's 2 down. Mike Lansing, the batter. Expos need him to break out of this slump. Pitcher spot is up next. 3-6 is the roll, which is a pop to the right side as well. Cora, this time in on the infield grass, makes the catch. Side retires. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no 1 man left. And score at the end of 7 complete. 3-0 Sox. To the top of the 8th we go. Pitcher's position, or batting position, is next up for the Expos. Frank Thomas is the batter. Scott actually does better against lefties than righties, but we'll see how he fares against Big Frank today. The big hurt. It's a fly ball center field. Fairly deep. Grissom is back near the track. Makes the catch. There's 1 away. Robin Ventura, the batter. Robin's 0 for 3. Struck out once. He's due. The roll is a 4-9, which is a bounce to short. Shortstop Cordero is a 3 and a 33. It is a 12 split. That goes against his E rating. And a 5 on a 33. I'm pretty sure that's an error, which it is. That one climbed right up his arm, but he couldn't get his man. Ventura's on first, courtesy of Cordero's error, and Mike Lavalier bat. He's 1 for 3. 6-7 is the roll, which is a called strike 3 on Scott's card. 2 out. Man on first. Ozzie Guillen, the batter. Ozzie's 0 for 3, couple strikeouts. He's wanting to do some good for his teammates. 3-7 is the roll. He pops it up on the left side. Cordero and Barry converge. It's Cordero who takes the ball. And the side's retired. No runs, no hits. There was an error and the man left. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Just 6 more outs for the Expos, and, well, 6 more outs for the Sox. Try to force a game 7 or win a championship. Tim Scott will be out of the game due for a pinch hitter. The reliever will be Mel Rojas. Rojas has seen limited activity in the series. Either the starters have gone deep in the game and it's gone to the other closers, or game's been well out of hand and it's gone to the other closers. With the left-hander Alvarez, Rondell White will grab the bat, and he'll be the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 8th. White enters the game. Bullpen is up once again. Looks like it's again De Leon and Assenmacher. Just 2 hits allowed thus far for Alvarez. He's done a whale of a job to put his team in position to force the 7th game. Pressure-packed situation, and he is up for the count. Roll is 5-7, which on his card is a fly ball right field X. The split is a 1. That's not going to go well for the Sox. That is a triple, a leadoff wind-blown triple for Rondell White. With the man on third, and now Grissom coming up. The signal has gone to the, well, they're just going to talk it over. They do have at least, they have a 3-run lead. They have a man on third. They're going to leave him in. Pat on the fanny, hand the ball back to him. Told De Leon to close the door out in the bullpen. Lefty versus righty. Grissom, the batter. 2-5 is the roll. Ball 4, he walked him. Now they're up and throwing for good out there. I'm going to take a little page from what we learned yesterday. We left Butch Henry in too long. That cost the Expos the game. So we're going to go get Wilson Alvarez. Just 3 hits allowed. He leaves with runners on first and third. The relieving pitcher will be, we're going to go with De Leon or McCaskill. I'm going to go with McCaskill. Assenmacher's still throwing. De Leon is throwing. McCaskill comes in. We'll do the line on Alvarez. He went 7 innings. Gave up 3 hits, as we mentioned. No runs allowed as of yet. Base on balls. There was the intentional walk to Floyd. Another pass to Walker and 1 to Grissom. So 2 walks, 1 intentional. He struck out 5. Didn't hit anybody. Didn't wild pitch any pitches. No double plays. Of course, no home runs allowed since no runs have scored. And he also faces 28 batters. He recorded 21 outs, which leaves 7 base runners, 5, 6. And we had a single error, which makes it 7. Sean Berry steps in. 2 on. Nobody out. Infield is back in the middle. Up at the corners. Yeah, we're just going to go back all the way around. That's the defensive move by the Sox. 2-7 is the roll, which McCaskill comes in and does the job. Strikes out Berry. That's a big out. Now the double play ends the inning. Walker, the batter. Infield remains back. Roll is 3-6, which is also a strikeout on Walker's card. McCaskill is doing the job. Swinging strike 3 by Walker. There are now 2 out, 2 on. Runners on first and third. Bottom of the 8th. Moises Alou, if you're an Expos fan, this is the man you want at the plate. McCaskill kicks and deals. 4-10 is the result, which is the bounce to short. Shortstop is Guillen, who's a 2. 3 is the split. So it's a little chopper that Guillen catches and throws all in one motion and gets his man at first base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. And McCaskill comes in and saves the day for the Sox. We're going to go to the top of the 9th. Score is 3-0. Sox will send Norberto Martin, Warren Newsom, and then the pitcher spot. We might see Assenmacher. Everybody else is sat down in the outfield, or in the bullpen. 1-9 is the roll, which is a triple 1 through 17. The split is a 1. So Martin, just like White, leads off the inning with a triple. Mel Rojas is the new pitcher. Scott came on and pitched an inning and a third. Didn't allow a hit. 5 batters. He did have the error behind him. 3 runs scored. 2 earned on Martinez's card. So runner on third, nobody out. Newsom the batter. The infield is drawn in to try to cut off the throw. The defensive or offensive plan is to run on contact. Newsom's 2 for 3. Homered last time up. Pitch from Rojas. 3-4 is the result, which is a chopper to first. It's not a B, so the runner holds. 3 unassisted, 1 out. Runner holds at third on the ground ball C. 1 out. McCaskill will not return. Strat-o-Matic will take his place. And the pinch hitter will be... We'll send Craig Graybeck up to the plate. Graybeck, right-hander swing. Let's see what we got here. No, he's already in the game. I don't really have a pinch runner I can put in there for him. So Graybeck will bat. The Expos elected not to put Tim Spear in, the personal catcher for Rojas. They need the offense here in the 9th, which Spear does not represent. So runner on third, 1 out. Graybeck passes the pitcher, throws that famous fork ball. 5-11 is the result, which is a home run 1 through 11. The split is an 8. The power rating for Graybeck, however, is a W. It turns into a single, 2 stars, but a big RBI as he knocks in Martin. Montreal's fans are quiet as mice right now. Looks like the Sox are going to come back and win 2 in a row to force a Game 7. Joey Cora, the batter. Runner on first, 1 out. Cora on a 4-8 roll, strikes out. That was the out that they were looking for back then. 2 out. Man on first, Lance Johnson, the batter. There'll be no defensive replacements because, frankly, the bench is kind of thin right now for the Sox. They do have Zupik, though. Zupsik. Pashua. There's Zupsik. I have to locate him. There's Franco. Yeah, they're all hanging out with the pitchers back here. They're all hanging out in the bullpen eating hot dogs. We will do a defensive replacement when the inning resumes. Zupsik's got a glove. We'll go in for Martin. Lance Johnson, the batter. 1-7 is a roll. Hot shot to second base. Second baseman Lansing flips at the Cordero. The shortstop and the side retires as on force. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. But also recorded at the catcher, first base, shortstop, assist to second. I'm actually going to put Zupsik in as the right fielder for Newsom. 3-6 minus 1. That ends the day for Newsom. He had 2 big hits, 1 a home run. And any action out there tonight? He caught a couple. Here we go to the bottom of the 9th. 4-0 White Sox. That felt a little light. Strat-o-Matic is the relief pitcher for the White Sox. And he will come in to face Will Cordero, Darren Fletcher, and Cliff Floyd. McCaskill had a relief inning that he dreamed of, striking out the first two batters with a man standing on third. Not as though it was a tying run, but he kept them off the board. Nobody on, nobody out, leading off bottom of the ninth. Behind 4-0. Cordero the batter. 4-9 is the roll, which is a solid double to left field. Cordero hit a liner that one hopped the wall. Left fielder Martin retrieves it, fires it into second base. Cordero's in with a stand-up double. Strat-o-Matic pawing the mound. He's got a couple of lefties coming up now, Fletcher and Floyd. Pitch to the left-handed batting Floyd is a 6-6 strikeout. Sidearmed him and buzzed it right past Darren Floyd. Darren Fletcher. He's only at bat today, and down he goes on strikes. Floyd the batter, he's 0 for 2, had an intentional walk issued to him back in the 5th. Lefty versus lefty. 5-5 is a roll, which is another strikeout. Strat-o-Matic is leaning back and firing. He's got nothing to lose. He's trying to close out this game and force the 7th game. 2 out, a man on second base. Lansing the batter. He's 0 for 3 today. 1 hit in the series. The roll is a 5-4 against righties. That's a catch X. 1 is the catcher's number. The catcher for the Sox is Lavalier, who is a 3 that results in a passed ball. So Strat-o-Matic crossed him up. He put down 2, and he thought he put down 1 through the fastball right down past him to the screen. Lansing's still the batter. Runner now, Cordero's at third. Oh. We had a split roll of 1. Shouldn't have a wild pitch and a fastball in the same play, right? We're not going to roll. Lansing the batter. 3-3 is the result. Hot shot to third. Ventura's up with it. Cross to Thomas, and the inning is over. The game is over. The Sox have forced a Game 7 with a thrilling 4-0 victory. The Expos, 5 hits. They got a hit in each of the last 5 innings, but just a single hit in each of those innings. A couple for extra bases. Actually, they had 2 doubles and a triple, but couldn't push a run across. So there you have it. Game 6 of the World Series that wasn't, 1994. The Sox come away with a 4-0 victory, and we go on to Game 5. We have Jeff Fassero going for the Expos. He was the best pitcher they had in the season. He's been knocked around a bit in the playoffs. And the Sox counter with Alex Fernandez. We had a great outing his last time out. So let's see how things go. Thanks for watching. We'll keep you up to date.